the next day. Here are your tasks for the day. Yesterday, I found a wallet on the floor in front of my stall. Would you be willing to find the owner? See me at my ceramic stall and I'll tell you more. A large ferocious monster is on the West Highway. It's a Zwardar. It's in the stone bridge leading to the Heimdallr on the west. Even fewer than yesterday. Maybe he gave us less work to do because he knew we were going back today. Last train headed your way leaves around 9. You get those done quickly enough, you can have dinner before you leave. Greatly appreciate your kindness. Let's get started. I wanted to apologize for what I said to you yesterday evening. Well, what? As I told you then, you must come to terms with things on your own. That's not really what I meant. I wanted to apologize for making light of the way of the sword. What I said about being a dropout who's never been able to progress was disrespectful to the master, the school, and the path of the sword. It was very, very not cash money of me. Regardless of one's background, one should always be able to live with pride in him or herself. Do you like swords? Swords are kind of cool. Kind of sick. Like, I use them and it's like, man, look at this sword. Were we not friends? We just had a normal conversation. You're both so simple-minded. Me, when I find a minor change or disagreement, I decide to be a piece of shit to someone for 3 straight weeks. Looks like the ground's dried up after the rainfall. Glad to see you're all looking less gloomy. Oh no, we got bad stuff happening. Two of the stalls over the market were destroyed and their merchandise stolen. Oh, we could end up with more customers as people wait here for a resolution. Let's get the place ready. As for you four, this is our problem, not yours. Just focus on your actual shit. Okay, well, I'll see you later. Have fun. What should we do? I'm curious. It's not far, we might as well look. Alright, let's take a slight detour and see what's happening then. As much as I don't want to. Just checking these just to be sure here. Yeah, we have to go to a stall anyway for one of these. I'm sorry, but it isn't quite ready yet. Oh, it's you. You already know about the robbery, huh? 2 merchants whose stalls were destroyed are still arguing about it. Manager came to try and break them up, but he doesn't seem to be having much luck. Hope no one ends up getting hurt. Maybe we could try doing some talking. Considering everything that happened yesterday, you just might be the cavalry we need. You have swords. That's true. We could murder them. How dare you destroy my stall, you coward! But what do you're the one who wanted my spot. This is all fucked up. We've come here to stop your fighting yet again. I'm gonna make him pay for smashing my stall. Oh no! Look at it's all dead. Harming one another is not gonna bring them back. We'll still be smashed and you'll be worse off. But this anger isn't gonna go away unless I do something. He took all my goods, so I don't got anything to sell. Oh no, he's got him by the neck again. Ah, the guards. What is the meaning of this? It's the middle of the morning. Believe you're in charge here? Please explain what happened. The market manager explained the lore. The solution's simple. Take them away. What? 2 stalls were destroyed, 2 sets of goods were stolen. Truth is clear as day. Both of you hate each other, so you committed crimes against each other. Do you think it's premature to do this with 0 evidence? We don't have time to waste solving these things. We'll just make them rot and ruin their lives further. If you cease your dispute, though, you'll be left alone. Ah, they're trying to force both merchants to forget this ever happened, to sweep the whole ordeal under the rug. I'm sure you can agree that wasting time on shenanigans like this will we'll beat you. We'll beat you. I'll get you. Beat the shit out of you. Well, there they go. Guess they did stop those 2 from fighting. They did nothing to solve the underlying problem. That ain't right. I see now how the provincial army here conducts itself. I'm sure you're both still pretty angry, but right now, 2 of you need to focus on keeping a cool head. Look at you. You got the sad face, but the smile on it. So you're like, yeah. Yeah. Should I let my anger take control of me? I didn't know that I'd be arrested. Alright, well, we're already running late. We gotta fix shit up. You mind lending me a hand so I can get this done? They were finally able to open, even if they were behind schedule. Thanks to you 4, we were able to open the market for business today a bit quicker than I expected. Can't begin to tell you how grateful I am. A merchant stalls his livelihood. Any action taken against it can throw him into a blind rage. It seems the problems facing them are quite grave. Yeah, it's clearer than ever now that they have no intention of trying to resolve any issues involving our market. I can't see that changing unless we decide to accept the sales tax. If word gets out about this, it's not inconceivable for certain groups of people to begin boycotting. Something definitely has to be done. Feeling unwell? No, I'm thinking. I have a favor. Could you consider allowing us to investigate? You suggesting we attempt to find the person who did all this? It's a kind offer, but as I said, this is our affair, not yours. Your students and stuff. Nah, we're the protagonists of a video game, and you must waste our time. I have to wonder about that too. I mean, at the end of the day, we're just amateurs, right? We shouldn't do that. She already told us, put your heads together and think, and I'm sure you'll see what you need to do. This seems like exactly the sort of thing she meant. Perhaps matters such as this may fall under the scope of our field study after all. We'll do everything we can. He may be capable of a lot more than just thievery and vandalism. I'm responsible for your safety. If anything happens to you, I'll die. We'll be careful. We're like level 10. It's gonna be okay. We need to decide where to start investigating. The logical starting point would be the Grand Market, the scene of the crime. Should probably get statements from the two merchants. I anticipate they've calmed themselves, so perhaps we can get a bit more substantial from them. Still have to ascertain their innocence or guilt, too. Need to keep a close eye on the time. If we miss the last train, we'll have no way of getting back. Plus, we've been given other tasks. We need to keep moving. We have until 9. Let's see here. I hit every button but the notebook one. I'm very proud. Huh, they actually don't count it in our jobs here. That makes sense, I guess. Let's head to the Grand Market and find... Yeah, not the main quest. There's supposed to be a woman who has a stall around here, I believe. Ah, I passed it up. Here it is. Would you happen to be Lizzie? That's correct. Does that make you the students who are going to do things for me? That would be us. I happened to come across someone's wallet, kept it with me in the hopes that they'd pick it up, but no one's claimed it. I'd like to ask you to deliver it to its owner. Here's the wallet. We'll take care of it. Assume you inspected it? I did. There wasn't anything inside that could help to identify the owner. Naturally, there was some money. Like a lot. This isn't like chump change. The only other thing was a train ticket to Heimdallr that's scheduled for tonight. Sounds like the owner's fairly well off. Not much we can do with that as our only lead. Yeah, we could go ask the train station. Maybe that could help out. Sorry for the trouble, but I'm counting on you. And what do we do for the other one? Monster location. Oh, okay, so we don't actually have to do. We don't have to like go. We don't have to talk to someone to then go deal with the monster. That's good. Into the station. They asked about whether or not there had been any inquiries in regards to lost property. There was. A wallet seems to match the description we received too. Can I ask when it was made? This morning. The young lady came in a panic, claiming she was a complete loss. What I could tell, she seemed to have been traveling alone. You get why she was in a panic. Did she say anything else that could lead us to find her? Returning to an inn to do a thorough check. I believe it was the weather cock right down the street. How convenient, we're there too. Ah yes, it's this way. Knockity knock. Hey, something up? There's something we'd like to ask you. Oh, you're looking for Annabelle. Bad timing, she left though. We have a name? That makes it a lot easier. She mentioned she'd be searching at the rest area in the Grand Market next. So go there and maybe you won't find her there either. This is quite the problem. Where the fuck is the market again? Ah, yeah, it's this way. Darn. I thought it would be there. Here we go. You don't happen to know if a young lady came in here searching for a wallet? She was here a few moments ago. She left now. Mentioned something about having no choice but to rely on ideas now. She's going to church. Man, this sure is a lie. You! Calm down, I'm not trying to rob you. You wouldn't have to recognize this, right? Oh, where'd you find it? Thank you so much. Expressed here that a merchant from Grand Market kept it safe, however, kindness remains within people's hearts after all. Regardless, I'm grateful you found my stuff. Is there any particular amount you'd like to return? Yeah, 40,000. No, you can accept that. This is how this works. If there's ever an RPG in which you are presented with a reward and the main character or characters anywhere in the vicinity prevent you from obtaining a decently sized reward, the people involved are brain dead and must be institutionalized. Now you may say, KZ, that's not fair. That would mean that every protagonist for almost every RPG ever made will have to be institutionalized. And I have to say, well, maybe you need to get smart people as your protagonists. And we need to work on having less suckers in this line of work. Now that seems a little weird. Don't we have an optional job that we're supposed to do? Wouldn't that Kind of weird that they're having me do a little bit of the story. These are the parts that make me nervous. Where they're like, we make temporary jobs, but then you don't know if you'll pass the connective part of it. Where it's like, you progress too much, this job is voided. Granted, that won't happen here, but it did happen in the Trails in the Sky games, and that's why I hated all side quests in this game. But whatever, let's grill these guys. I'm sorry you had to see me acting like that, you know, twice. So, what brings you here? We're investigating. We'd appreciate if you can answer some questions. Maybe able to find the true culprit. Suppose it can't hurt. Will you blame me? You're students at a military academy. You're not really detectives. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say, though. It's not like I saw anything worth mentioning. As soon as I made my stall, made sure my stall was ready to open, I left and went home. The other merchants around here can vouch. Guess I shouldn't have left the stall unattended, though, but by the time I got in, it was too late. The deed had been done. What goods were stolen? An accessory? Is this a brand that's popular? Been a real hit lately, yeah. I was hoping to bring the fad here by selling them in the market. But this is the only one I have left now. Dread to think how much money I lost in one single night. That damned coward. It's too early to be jumping to conclusions. Do you have any evidence? No, but he's clearly the prime suspect. He was so against the idea of taking turns sharing the spot with me, he decided to destroy my stall. I'm gonna get him to give me my goods back. Stay calm, please. You do know that if you cause any more trouble, they'll just arrest you. Yeah, I know, but it's a matter of justice. Can't just act like nothing happened. Please give my goods back. Well, I can't promise success, but we'll do everything we can. Alright, next up we got this one. Sorry to bother you. Alright, he's just complaining about the whole thing. Yeah, I get it. Second verse, same as the first, basically. You're investigating. Alrighty. Hey, I got nothing else to lose. So about last night, at the time the incident actually happened. I don't know how much help I can be if that's what you're asking. See, I left the market right after arguing with the merchant, and I didn't come back until this morning. Stayed at a friend's place, another merchant. Just got pissed drunk and ranted at him all night. And you're certain of this? Positive. Ask my friend, you don't believe me, he'll back me up. I wandered over here with an awful hangover this morning and found what I found gave me a hell of a start. My whole stall in shambles. And if that weren't bad enough, all the processed foods I was going to sell are gone. That's right, nuts, cheese, pecan, all the foods that have a long shelf life, made with local ingredients. Seeing all my stuff gone really sobered me up, like I hadn't been drinking at all. And that's when I went over to that fool's stall to make him pay. Why did you go straight to him? Well, he's the one that did it, of course. He smashed the stall so he could have that spot. But that doesn't make any sense. If Heinz did it, then why was his stall destroyed as well? He must have done it to himself. Figured if he destroyed his own, no one would believe he'd be responsible. And then he would have to blow money getting another stall, but, you know, fucking fuck it, right? This makes sense, I swear. I lost so much money. I have to shut up shop for good. If I could at least get my goods back, I could salvage enough to stay afloat, but what are the odds of that? None of the other merchants saw anybody do anything, and the army doesn't give a shit. I'm finished. I'll be honest, not sure how much we'll actually be able to do for you. But we'll do everything in our power to help you find some form of closure. You like closure, right? I mean, you're about to be in foreclosure. Yeah, cheer up. Do appreciate it, but again, I ain't about to get my hopes up. Good luck, though. That's all the two victims of this crime have to say. What do we think? Can't be sure, but I really don't think either of them did it. Both certainly have adequate motive to damage the other. The chance of them both committing the same crime on the same night without crossing paths would be hilariously not possible. But I don't believe that's what happened. Both of them have alibis confirming that they were somewhere else when the crime took place. I'm inclined to agree. I just can't see either of these merchants being responsible. So we're gonna have to look elsewhere to find viable suspects. It's impossible to say right now, but we don't have any solid leads. The market itself seems unlikely to produce any clues. One group of people involved with the whole situation whose actions don't make any sense to me. Maybe we work out the reasoning behind their strange behavior. We can come one step closer. The army? They haven't done a thing to try and solve the crime despite it happening under their noses. And that begs the question, why not? Market manager said they're refusing to fulfill their role due to the tax issue, which means the army should refuse to intervene in quarrels within the market. If that's the case, then why did they come and intervene this morning? Now that you mention it, that really doesn't make any sense. Their methods were atrocious. The fact is, they brought the dispute to an end almost instantly. They did get involved. One minute they're refusing to do anything, next they're taking a stand. I don't like it. There's definitely something unnatural about the way they're conducting themselves. Since we have no other leads, what do you say we go to the Army's guardhouse and take a look around? Might be able to learn something from them that could aid us in the investigation. Might be worth an attempt. Guardhouse isn't too far either. Alright, can we, yeah, we can't go to the highways yet, so I guess we'll continue our investigations. Aren't you the students from that, was the military academy? What you doing here? We're terribly sorry to trouble you. We're hoping you might be able to help. Can we ask a few questions about that incident this morning? Huh? What's that have to do with you? Well, we're visiting this town on a field study as students of the military academy. We very much appreciate the chance to see how experienced soldiers, such as yourself, handle difficult everyday situations. This seems like a perfect opportunity for anecdotal case study. It'd prove most invaluable to our education if you permit it. Alright, stay here. I'll see what I can do. Looks like we might be able to hear what they have to say for themselves after all. Nicely done. In times like these, we need to make good use of our positions. The hard part is continuing to speak. It's not always what they say that matters, but how they say it, and even more importantly, what they don't say. I hope you appreciate us taking the time out of our busy schedules for this, and my mustache. But what do you want? Make it quick. I'll be brief then. We came to discuss the incident at the market this morning. Would we be correct in assuming that the Provincial Army will be conducting no investigation? Is that all you came to ask? Is that all? Should the armed forces charged with maintaining peace in this region not be taking the matter seriously? You got a big mouth for someone your age, and it seems you have a lot to learn about how military units actually work. Let me ask you this. What should the #1 priority of the Army be in order to maintain the status quo? I'll tell you. Their #1 priority should be to enforce the will of their region's ruling lord. As members of the Army, the will of the nobility is absolute. We're just following our orders, protecting what we have a duty to protect. I assume you're referring to the local petition against the sales tax increase. So you're saying as long as the petition isn't withdrawn, the grand market isn't something you have a duty to protect. Interpret my words however you want. We're soldiers, we follow our orders, that's how the military works. And we don't have fresh military academy inductees telling us how to do our jobs. This is nuts. Does he even have a tiny shred of shame? He has a mustache, though. I was hoping we'd be able to get something, but it sure doesn't seem too likely anymore. Is that it? I hope this has been enlightening. I have to leave now. Wait, would you mind answering one more question? Do you have any idea what might have happened to the goods? You know, the accessory merchant. All he had left was one sample. What are you talking about? The merchant from the capital, Hines, was the one who was planning on selling accessories. What? What are you looking at me like that for? I was under the impression you hadn't investigated the matter at all. How would you know who's doing what? That's very smart, and it's very smart of our lovely Craig here, switching the names like that. We only discovered which each of the merchants were intending to sell a short while ago. Sir, we have our own ways of finding things out. You do well not to underestimate us. Now we've wasted enough time, I'm getting the fuck out. I have a mustache. Do you think the fact that they know what each of the merchants was selling means they did investigate the matter after all? But the burglary happened last night and it was only just first discovered in the morning. Realistically, I don't think there was any opportunity during that time for them to do any digging. Not without running into us. Suspect they knew what they were planning to sell well in advance, though that would be easy information for them to learn, since Duke must have issued permits. And the army would have no trouble gaining access, but why would they bother? Maybe they needed to know so they could prepare. For what? Get the impression the incident at the market has been carefully planned out. I don't think those two merchants being given permits for the same spot was a coincidence either. You know, maybe it was the thing where they engineered the robberies with the military so that it could cause chaos, and that, you know, maybe it forced them to give up on the whole fighting taxes thing. Yeah, see, it's crafty. So what we know is the Provincial Army is somehow involved with the actual perpetrators. The only way to solve it, though, seems to be to find them and catch them. But if this was carried out by members of the army, that's not going to be an easy task. I don't think anyone from the army would be directly involved. Soldiers here are far too proud to dirty their hands and get fucked over. Yep. Ordering a train with that much merchandise would raise suspicion. It's been less than a day, so they can't have gotten far. Yeah, we should try the main roads. Let's see. Thank you, cat. Look at the nasty man did to her. Something the matter? I was chasing after Lulu near the west exit of town. There's this weird man asleep along the side of the street. Or he was just really drunk. Nasty smell. Oh. I don't know who he is, but I'll have to keep an eye on Lulu to make sure he keeps her distance. So he's not from this town? Not sure. I only started seeing him around a few days ago. Never seen him before that. Really, that sounds like a lead if I've ever heard one. If he's drinking in the middle of the day and is an instructor Sarah, no, he's not a merchant. We should go give him a talking to. Alright, we just keep going this way. Bring me another drink. This guy reeks. How much has he put down? It's only midday and he's completely blitzed. I don't think this is the man we're looking for. I think he'd have have trouble pulling off a robbery. Sir, are you okay? We can help you back home. Leave me alone. I just lost my job in nature. Nature park? You kids in Harlem, Northwest, and then you lost your job? Yeah, it was fucking ridiculous. I fucking stole everything from me. Yeah, we can see that. Something about this doesn't sound right. Hardly seems fair to take a man's job away with him without good reason. Right, it was something a bunch of kids, a better job than me. Kids? I was drinking here last night. You know, he was almost getting sober. I know. It was weird. You don't think they could have been the nature park? I wouldn't have even considered it. But a park would no doubt provide a large enough area. They'd have no trouble stashing the merch. Lock the entrance, leave a couple lookouts, no one would suspect a thing for a very long time. And if a provincial official was the one to tell him he was fired, that's practically a smoking gun. He's not even trying to speak English anymore. It's kind of weird. We know our next stop. As soon as we're prepared, let's go to the nature park. We can finally do the monster hunting. Now let's have a look and see where it said we needed to go on it again. Stone bridge leading to Heimdallr. Quest monster is right over there. Thanks for watching. Videos like this are only possible thanks to the generous support of my supporters over on Patreon. And you can see the names of my various supporters going across the screen right now. But I did want to highlight my top-tiered supporters that are in two groups. First up, we have the Wayfinders. They include Azure Counselor, Dronic LX, Haas Bear, Javier Porksword, Lasky 3, Matthew Cassidy, Mitzi, Mr. I Like Bacon, and the Dungeon Master. But of course, standing even above them are my top-tiered supporters, the organization, the few, the proud, the 3 people that paid me $50 a month. They include Colleen Suarez, KC, and WTF Spider-Man. Thank you so much to all of my supporters, big and small. If you would like to contribute and make sure these videos can continue to happen, you can do so over at patreon.com/KZXcellent. Every little bit counts and is appreciated. And with that being said, I will see you guys next time.